Alrighty, we are live. Probably a pretty short stream here because I don't have much time. But let me go throw these links in the Discord real quick. And then I'll show you what we got cooking. Since the last stream, we did figure out the multi-mesh situation with our trees, being able to switch out trees with actual scenes. So now we have a more performant tree system. In fact, I was able to get I think it was 30,000 trees rendering at 60 FPS or something, and it was not optimized at all, because I was doing a distance check between every tree and the player every frame, which is kind of crazy as far as I could tell. I mean, unless something else was going on, but and I pretty much just used Claude to do it because I was like, I don't want to deal with this. But you can see here, I haven't changed it yet. The trees, when you go in and out of range, it obviously changes color because the tree mesh that I'm using, the joined mesh, is actually different materials than the real tree. So all these trees out here, they are, oh, interesting. I can make him go in the ground. But as you get closer to them, what happens is they pop an actual tree there, so then you can actually run into them. But it's very performant. As you can see, if I was doing this before with regular tree scenes, it would not be very performant. And basically how I'm doing it is I'm using a multi-mesh that has the tree mesh and scatters it. And then whenever you get within a certain range, it just yoinks the tree mesh 1,000 meters down or 10,000 meters down and spawns an actual tree there. That's it. And then if you chop the tree, it knows to keep that multi-mesh mesh way down there and to keep that tree there forever. But yeah, so if I go to my tree spawners here, they also align to the terrain. But we've got a spread of 100. Let's do a spread of 1,000. Then let's do 1,000 trees. And let's see what happens. Okay, I'm still at 144 FPS, even though we've got a crazy spread here. And we're doing 3,000 trees now because it's just multi-meshes. It's just 3 multi-meshes. Now we are doing, the bigger the spread, I still need to figure out how to do this, but we're still doing a distance check between every tree. So every tree is checking, hey, are we in range? So that's 3,000 distance checks, which is obviously not great. And the reason why we're doing that is because right now, wherever your tree spawner is, if you are within a certain range of that tree spawner, then it will check every tree within that tree spawner and check the distance. If I'm far away from the tree spawner, then it won't check the distance. But the whole distance checking thing is just so then when we get down to a lower level, see how that tree mesh just changed? Right there, it went from dark green to light green. That's the whole thing. So it's doing those distance checks, but we're still at 144. So let me go ahead and bring this spread down to 500. Let's put the total trees up to 5,000. So now we're going to be at 15,000 trees. Yep, we're still at 86 85, 84. Like, we're still, this is not performant at all. The way that I'm doing the distance checking, but we're still at, yeah, 81 FPS. It's not bad. Not bad at all. And you can see it a lot more noticeably when the switch out for the mesh. At some point I'll switch it so then it's not noticeable, but like if I move fast through the forest, you can see the changes in the colors of the trees as you get close to them because the mesh doesn't match the multi-mesh. But yeah, pretty nice. Feels good to have 80 FPS while doing 15,000 trees. And all of these trees are doing distance checks every frame. Which obviously my computer's fairly beefy, so it can handle that. But in the end, what we wouldn't do is these giant spreads. We would do a spread of more like 100 trees. Maybe we do 500. Let's see what this is like. Okay, pretty high density. We're at 1,500 trees total. I don't know where my tools went, but yeah, we're at a high density here. Now the thing is, it does make it a square, which is unfortunate. And because I did a lot of this just with Claude, I'll have to take a look and see how it works because I don't actually really understand it. I don't understand multi-meshes very well, so. But if I jump down, you'll see a bunch of them change color. Yep, and they all change color because we are now in range to chop them. But yeah, once I switch out the meshes to make a match, then obviously you won't have this color change. But it's pretty nice. If I was doing this with scenes, tree scenes, it would not be this performant for sure. So what I would end up doing, let's do a spread of 250, or a total trees of 250. Let's take a look here. Where are we getting our... It's going ... Maybe I can do a... Is there a get root? Get root is not a... What was it again? Get tree? I guess I can do access as a unique name, go to main. Oh, we already have that. But we can do that. Then in our tree spawner, we could say let's see if this works. Nope. Get node and base scene tree. Does get tree not do the scene tree that contains this node? Maybe I can do this. I think I already tried this though. Oh, we got an ad starting in 40 seconds. Okay, so it is nil, so we can't do it there. Get node / root. What happens if I just do this? Okay, well then that just works. Okay. Sweet. So now that we have that, we can do something like node 3D tree spawners. Child node 3D. Maybe we can do spawner group 1. Throw it in there. Now let's see. Does anything break? Okay, not yet. What happens if I chop a tree? Okay. If I chop a tree and move back, that one changes, but the one I chopped did not. Perfect. Oh. What's going on here? Why do we have no terrain finding? We're going to just do a path. Dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash. Let's get our path here. Dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot. I think this is not a good way to do this, but okay, nice. Now we have terrain height. Okay, sick. Okay, so now that we have that, now we could duplicate this. Let's do 150 there. Now, the thing with this is obviously we are upping our draw calls by creating more and more multi-meshes, because each one of these tree spawner groups is 3 multi-meshes. Now let's reload the project. See where these trees are placed. The only thing is it does have that very square feeling, which I would rather it have a more circular, because like these are just squares. And like I said, this is done with Claude, so So that is going to do a circular thing. Because it's x plus x. It'd be better to spawn it like around an axis. So then we could do our direction vector 2. Z dot normalized. Then we don't really need to do the negative spread. In spread we could do like -1 and 1. But let's just give this a shot. Okay. Let's see what breaks. Okay, we got still squares. And some of our terrain stuff is off. We just want a direction and a distance, right? Let's try this. I don't know if it's going to be any different. Okay, we're still getting weird terrain and stuff. And we're still getting squares. Okay, we're going to go back to Claude. Have this code to set the position of a mesh in multi-mesh. Right now it's forming a square formation. I'd rather have it be more circular. Okay, let's see if this works. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. This is just a natural looking forest right here. It looks nice. It's kind of a cool little pattern. Follows the terrain nicely. But it is not what we are looking for. Okay, so we just need a randef range 0.0 and then spread. Okay, nice. Much more circular. And it seems to be denser in the center, which is what I want. Wonder why that is. I guess it's just because they spread out as they get further because they're further away from the center, so then it automatically things are denser in the center. Okay, nice. So now I can just play around with my tree counts. Let's go ahead and reload this. Still has a pretty big spread. Okay, so now we have more draw calls because we're now up to we have more multi-meshes being spawned in. But we're not doing all the distance checks. Now I could just make these. Yeah, let's go ahead and delete these. Let's also make sure they don't let's do like so the distance now, since it's circular and everything, we can do 1.5 because the spread is the furthest away a tree will ever get. We could probably do more like 1.2. That's where we start checking. So spread at like 200. Okay. We're still at 144. How many trees do we have here? What was it, 200 per? And then we did, there's 3 of them in a spawner group, so that's 600, 600 times 6. So we got about a little under 4,000 trees. Not bad. Hit that and it stays the same no matter what. Nice. Perfect. And we're still performing. Okay. Okay, each one of these is going to be 3,000 total, each one of these spawners. Or spawner groups. Guess I can just do it this way. How many trees is this? 6 spawner groups at 3 apiece. Okay, so it's same. It's just 36,000, right? Am I thinking of that correctly? Oh, no. 18,000. I have 6 of them. That's right. Okay. So 18,000 trees. We're still at 83 FPS. And I bet if we fly higher, we'll probably be at higher FPS because we won't be doing those distance checks. Where did my tools go? There they are. Okay. 85, 98, 111, 120. Yep, we got a lot of trees in here. And we're still at like 90. That's pretty dang good. I love watching all the trees spawn in. Like the actual tree scenes. Like this. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's chop down some trees. We haven't even added the big trees yet. We just need to add the joined, big tree joined thing. Okay, put some ceilings on here. This makes the world instantly feel more real. Except for when the trees poke up through the base. And obviously we wouldn't really have this density. It's like chopping these trees down. Love it. Okay. We're going to do 500 per. Okay, now we've got better density. Still running at like, oh wow. That is a lot of them near the center though. Look at this. Do we have two of them like right next to each other or something? That's a center. That's a center. Interesting. Okay, maybe we can just bring the density down even more. It's going to be kind of hard finding that sweet spot. Oops. Oh, did we not set them all? Maybe we didn't set them all last time. Okay, now we have a little better performance frame-wise. Still have a good spread. There's still some areas where it's like, whew, that's clearly where the spawner node is. Because now we've just got tons of trees up here. Pro tip, put tree spawner in filter and input and shift. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Because I'm going to have a lot of these because I kind of want to make them small enough to where I'm not doing these crazy distance checks. I know I'm going to figure out a better way of doing it eventually anyway. By the way, good to see you, LDM. This is a pretty nice little system though. And this is just Claude because I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. So it doesn't do it in the best way for sure. But I've made some little things to make it a little faster. Like each spawner. Right now it's like each spawner is checking every... what is it? Right now it's just in the process. It's checking how far you are from the global position. So what I'm going to end up doing is the tree spawner a... Yes, it is. Okay. It is a scene. We're going to add just a timer to it. Go up here. We can go... this will be check player distance. We'll put it on like... right now, just a 5-second timer. Whoops. Then we can do a quick timeout on tree spawner. Throw that in there. We can take it out of the process now. This will be an auto start. Okay, perfect. So now our tree spawners will check how far away they are from the player. Every 5 seconds. And if you're within range of a tree spawner, then it will start checking the distance of the actual trees themselves. It's kind of an interesting thing, though, because now we're doing multiple multi-meshes. Because each spawner group has a bunch of multi-meshes. Okay, let's do a tree spawner. Nice. Yeah, that's huge. We're going to do 200 trees per. Big time pro tip. Okay. This one is correctly checking trees. Oh. Oh, wait. These must have... Yeah, okay. That one has been checked. Okay. Now we are still doing something where we're checking every tree. Wait a second. How are we doing that? So we're doing update tree states. So here we can go to the tree spawner and add another timer. This one will just be update tree state timer. Then we can do update tree states timer dot start. This will just check, I guess, every second. Then on this one's timeout, we can do update tree states. Then we're going to make this a one shot. So we start this, and then we run it every second until we're out. Let's give this a shot, see what happens. Okay. I'm going to run at high speed and see if there's anything I can't run into, or that I run straight through. Oh, I'm running through these. But at normal speeds, you're never going to be able to really get to them, especially if I just change the distance on the swap position. Nice. And I'm at 144 FPS. So I think we're doing all right. How many trees is this? What did I do? Like 400 per? So I guess it's only like... How many spawners do we have? Okay, 13. So 13 times 1200. So we've got 15,000 trees being rendered here. Bunch of errors. Okay, so 15,000 being spawned in. But we're only checking our distance to a spawner every 5 seconds. and our distance to a tree every 1 second within that spawner if we're within range. You can still see the dense like centers of the spawners, but that's kind of fine. And eventually I could even have it update based on regions and just be like, have one region that just checks, are you even anywhere close to this area? If so, then we'll start checking each tree spawner every 5 seconds. But that's pretty nice. I like it. Yeah, you can fly through some of these. Yeah, like that, if you're going at high speed. But that is fine, because you shouldn't really be going at that speed. What's the tree state update actually doing? So, it goes through all of the trees within that spawner's group. Because it's, each spawner has a mesh, like it's just a multi-mesh basically. And then when you get close to a tree, it changes that specific, the ones around you, into an actual tree scene. So then you can like chop it down and do things like that. If you don't chop the tree or do anything to change its state and you move away, then it just respawns that mesh back in, which right now the mesh materials are all off, so it's very noticeable. Like you can notice I get in range and it pops in and then it pops back to the multi-mesh. But basically it's so then I can use a multi-mesh for all these trees and then just swap in the actual tree scene. And then if you do like cut the tree, then it stays there forever basically. And all we're doing is we're taking the mesh from the multi-mesh and moving it way down there, like way underground, and spawning a tree scene in. And now if I cut this one and I move back, it's going to remain there, even if all these other ones get swapped back out. So the update tree state just says, checks within the spawner's range and says, hey, are we close to the player? And if so, then we'll spawn in an actual tree scene that you can then cut. And then if you cut it down, of course, it just keeps that multi-mesh instance way underground. Smart, much better than having 15,000 tree instances at a time. Yeah, Jamin showed me this one, my brother Jamin. And I was surprised. Like, I can do, like, a lot of trees. And I still have, like, a bunch of multi-meshes. Obviously, if I was doing just one multi-mesh, it would be amazing. But like, even a multi-mesh for 400 trees versus having 400 instances, it's crazy. I did, like, 30,000 trees, all checking the distance. This was before I added the timers in and stuff. So it was looping through all of the instances and checking how far away they were from the player every frame. And it was still at like 80 FPS with 30,000 trees on one spawner. Now I have multiple spawners, so I can like segment them, and then they'll only do distance checks if you're close enough to the spawner source, like that type of thing. Solid, what's up? How are you? But yeah, that just like, oh yeah, and you can still see the one tree that I have chopped over there. It's like a slightly different color of green. Once again, just because the meshes I have in the multi-mesh are just using different materials for some reason. I think it's because I'm running the shader. Yeah. So like, you can literally see them change color when you get close to them. But I'm good, and you? I'm doing good. Got my multi-mesh tree spawning system working. Now it's starting to feel like it could be an actual survival game, you know? Yeah, Jamin did this in his helicopter game because he's going to need just tons of trees. And a giant map. Very cool concept. Thank you. Yeah. Currently, my walking mountain mobile base is slightly broken. Because you can tell him to walk, and he will walk over there. Then you can have him sit down. And then trees will poke up through him. But you can also still tell him to walk even when he's underground. So he just kind of brings your base around. Yeah, all right, here we go. But yeah, thanks. We're gonna try to oh. And now he's broken. His state must be broken. There we go. Now we can get him to stand back up. But yeah, now we can start making this an actual thing. So I wonder if I can just go to my Blender files, leaves, go to here, grab the hex from my game, I have this in temp, but it's fine like this. So tree 1, we can go to leaves. Tree 2, tree 3, leaves. Okay, there we go. Copy this hex, bring it into Blender, throw it in there. And we'll see if it just automatically works. Are you using an animatable body 3D for the mountain base walking creature? No, I'm just using a character body because I think I tried to use the animatable. But the problem is, I mean, maybe I could test it again and see, but the best way I could find to do this is literally just have, let's see here. It's literally just have him be a character body so I can do movement easy. Have a collision thing that the player walks on that's just a static body. And then have another character body parented to this guy that basically takes over the movement when you're on top of him. So it's just like you step on top of the walking mountain and now you're controlling another character controller, pretty much, that's parented to him. I tried doing like a reparent, that didn't really work. This is still not the best way because like you get some weird movement when he's like moving side to side, animating side to side, where you can like jump and suddenly you're kind of like moving side to side in the air with him. But this is like the only way I could do it smoothly. The animatable body might still work, but I would have to play around with it again and really figure it out because I couldn't figure it out the way I was trying to last time. And this has just kind of worked, so I'm just kind of sticking with it right now. Reparenting physics bodies is gonna be messy. Yeah, this does work pretty well. It's not bad, but it's not perfect. I would love it to be perfect. With the takeover, are you just snapping your player controller to the riding player? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. First, I snap the rider to where the player is, and then after that, it's just player snaps to the riding player. Yeah, that's exactly it. But it works pretty well. Okay, let me go to tree 1 joined. And then let's go to tree 1 here. I'm going to copy that. Go here. Save that. Export it. Then tree 2 joined. Copy that. Wait, did that not paste? We'll see if this actually worked. No. I wonder if it's a roughness and stuff thing. It's definitely just a different color of green. Wonder if it's not taking the materials in. Okay, let's get most of our... How do you scatter the trees on the terrain? So I basically just used Claude because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to figure it out myself. But we have a tree spawner that basically just creates a multi-mesh, and then I draw like a radius. I have a radius of where the trees can go, like how far away they can go. And then I just spawn the instances there, and then I just keep track of where they are. So then if you do like get close to them, then they turn into an actual tree rather than just a tree mesh from the multi-mesh. But yeah, I'm just looping through all of the instances in the multi-mesh and doing this, which this is all just Claude AI because I just wanted to see if I could do it. And it actually works pretty well. So I'm just kind of sticking with it. Okay, now as far as the materials go, if I go to tree 2, oh, you know what? It might not have updated because if I go to my main, let's go to this tree spawner. Let's grab a tree. This is tree 1 joined. Oh, it doesn't seem like it really updated. This is tree 3 for some reason, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it changed anything. Maybe it is just a roughness thing. No, I think my materials just aren't updating. Okay, let's go back to tree 3. Okay, that looks correct. Hmm. Okay, let's take a look and see if I need to delete my assets here. So temp. Or maybe I just have to go back here, import. Ambient light. Generate light map. I don't know what the light map does. Oh, for light map baking. Keep file exported as is. I don't know if it's just not getting the materials. Oh, and then solid, we're also just getting the terrain height too, and then just putting it wherever the terrain height is. Okay, if I re-imported the red one. Yeah, still does that. It becomes darker, so I'm wondering if well, let's give this a shot. Let's just turn our roughness way up. Let's do it on this one. Let's see if that was the issue. Now we look at the green ones. Nope. Maybe I need to re-import. It just doesn't seem like it's updating at all. So what is so different here? If I look at tree 3, maybe do I need to like delete the file of the tree 3 join material? Let's delete that. Okay. Yeah, it's just these materials that are weird. Roughness 1, metallic is 0.5. Whereas in these, I'm coloring them with a shader. And here I have to use a OBJ. Okay, why is this? Yeah, like what? What is the thing that is making this? Like that might be the same. No, it's not. Parameters for metallic and roughness. True. Let's do that. Different shadow maps between different geometry. Okay. It also doesn't feel like my OBJs are even updating. Okay, like that color versus... Oops. Nope, tree 3. That color versus that color. I mean, that's definitely a different color. Can I do different color in here? Okay, we're just gonna have to look at it. 0.44 in the red. 0.44. 0.77. And 0.58. Okay. Now we export this. I think it just wasn't copying over that hex. Now it looks like it is. Okay. Yeah, the hex code was, I was trying to just copy it over, but it kept not changing it, actually. Okay, now I can go to here. It's still showing that is weird, but I'm just going to grab a tree 3 joined. Okay. There we go. It's still showing it weirdly, though, because I still don't know if the materials are actually being imported. Yep. I feel like these materials just aren't actually being imported because that did not change color at all. even though it's very clearly different here. Okay, we're going to do this. Remove that. We're going to go to our files and just delete the tree 3 joined material. And the OBJ. And the OBJ import thing. Okay. Now we're going to re-export. Okay, now it looks a little more real. But it's definitely shaded completely differently. That could be a roughness thing, though. Or wait, no, it's just a lighting thing. Disable lighting in your OBJ export settings in Blender. Oh, PBR extensions. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. Geometry export per vertex colors. Doesn't exist, yeah. Let me try that. Of course, once again, it might just not. Thinking of material baking. I don't even know if that updates though. I wonder if I just don't do any. Whoops. Okay, so we have surface 1. We have material here. Can't change any of these because, of course. Darius, what's up? What are you doing? Working on my tree meshes here. Trying to figure out how to get this to export correctly. Okay, what happens if I... say I go here... Remove all of these. Could also assign the same material to your mesh's surface instead of trying to match between two different materials. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to try. So if I... Wait, where is this? Tree mesh is just a mesh. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. If I just... Where is this coming from? This is an exported variable, but I just have to do clear. Okay. I want to make sure these are fully clear. And then I can go delete all of my exported OBJs and their materials. Trying to just delete all of my anything related that isn't related to just the blend file. Okay. Okay. Then I can export. Let's try an OBJ without materials. Does that make it so I can't do the surfaces? Shoot. Yeah. We just have the one surface. Okay. And I can't edit it anyway. Can I just grab this? Wait, what does use external do? Oh, extract materials. Save mesh paths. Maybe I can just pull them from the blend file. Oh, I have no idea. What happens if I go here? We need it to be one mesh. So I can't just grab these. Oh wait, no. What do we need? Hint range. So uniform float. Or can we just set the roughness? Do they have metallic? Let's see how it looks when I just load in. Okay. Okay, these maybe look different. Let me load back in those OBJs for the multi-mesh. I'll just do it on this one first because I know I got the RGB right. Oh, still need to assign it. Nope. So it's not a roughness thing. It's gotta just be the way light interacts with it. Well, I guess that kind of is a roughness thing, but the fact that we're just setting a color versus having an exported material. The annoying thing is like, okay, these OBJs are just like read only, right? Like I can't do anything with them. Yeah. Import, okay. Okay. Bad Circle, what's up? It's so click each surface and make it unique. I just can't. Okay, that's just the shadow mesh. I can't actually access that because it's read only. And the problem is my tree scene is using shader, like a shader for its material. Here I'm just trying to have one mesh with two surfaces that I can change. Wait. What is this? Where am I right now? Oh, actually I can. Oh, sick. Wait a second, this is big. Okay, I can. I just need to do it in the tree spawner. Ah, okay, yeah, you're right. Update array materials at runtime via the rendering server, get RID via mesh.get RID, and then it's... Now the mesh won't update when you re-export. Maybe a small price to pay. Yeah, it might be fine. As long as I remember that this is how I'm doing it. Which, to be fair, the meshes weren't updating when I exported before anyway, because it's OBJ and it just decides to not update the materials no matter what. So you have to delete everything and then re-upload or re-export. Okay. Let's do a new shader material. And actually, we can go to tree one. we can go to where am I? I'm in tree 1, surface 0. Oh, I'm in the leaves. I see. So I can save this. Save as red tree. Wait, nope. We need to make it unique first. Save as red leaves. Go to tree 2, do the same thing. Purple leaves. Oh, save the material, not the... Okay. Oh, save the material. Duh. You are correct. Make unique again. Save as. We'll do purple leaves. Tree 1. We already have this, but we'll just load back in. Oh, who cares? I'll just no point in making unique before saving. Okay. Red leaves. I didn't even put this. This is just rough already. This is how poorly organized I am. Okay. This will be green. We need to bring that up into materials. Okay, now did we do that for all of them, or did we save this one? We saved, I think, purple leaves somewhere wrong. Yep, we put it in shaders. And then here we should probably just load, well, let's copy this real quick. And then we should probably just load our regular shader. Okay, save that. Then we can delete in shaders that. We can remove purple leaves in shaders because that shouldn't be there. Okay. Now that we have that, can I then go to my main? Perfect. Okay, now we also need a trunk. Go to the trunk. Save as tree trunk. Bring this up into materials. Save that. We can go here. We can honestly just drag the same thing in. Okay, so if we just do, we have to make sure that it's like this. I don't understand how it's still grabbing this tree one joined if that doesn't exist. It's something weird. Tree one joined has been deleted. We are now we only have tree 3 joined. But okay. This one has the green one. This one's going to have... This is tree 1, so red leaves open. Trunk. Load. Tree trunk. This one will have purple leaves. That one will have tree trunk. Are these all like being copied from each other? This one is tree 1 joined. This one here is array mesh. This one is tree 1 joint. You made array mesh unique to modify the surface material, so you have to save that resource to reuse them across multiple tree spawners. I see. So we can... Actually, maybe we can do that. Whoops. This actually kind of works. Purple tree. Green tree. I bet watching me do this stuff. Wait, this is purple tree. Goodness sakes. Yes. This one needs to be saved as a red tree because it's tree 1. Okay, so now this surface 1 apparently, or surface 0, needs to load. Okay, that. This one loads that. Is this one not loading it? Purple tree? Okay, there we go. Any changes to the original tree OBJ will require you to redo all of this. I'm only slightly judging you for your lack of quick load. True. That is true. I'm a staunch non-user of quick load. I think just because early on I didn't know what it did. Oh, okay. It is working. Obviously, you see the jittering. Oh, weird. Are they like reversed? Nice, and we still have a tree that's just disappearing. Transformation difference. Yeah. Let me commit this stuff. Fixed. Now, if I go to change any of these materials, well, as long as I'm not re-exporting the mesh, which I shouldn't ever have to re-export the mesh. Because the mesh isn't really going to change. And if these materials all use tree trunk, red leaves, green leaves, tree trunk, yeah, like, then those will get reloaded when I change them, right? Because all of these are pulling from the same as well. I think. Now, in our tree spawner, we have swap distance, let's say 100. These are at 20, so I'm going to bring them back to 100. Because right now, are you copying the transformations from the specific multi-mesh instance tree when instantiating individual tree instances? We're just copying the position, so we could probably just switch that. Okay, now you can see those ones. Why are they still getting deleted? Why aren't they spawning in? Here, I'll set this back to 20 for all of them. Quick load. Once again, there are 0 green trees. And then it pops into existence. Now we do quick load. I gotta get that into my head. Green tree. Save. Still no green trees. Why? Why won't you show them? Let's do a quick reload current project. Tree 1 joined array mesh. Tree spawner. Error loading. Open anyway. Oh, it was in here somewhere. Okay. Tree mesh empty. Perfect. Now I can go here. Maybe that's what was going on. Something with that. Bob, what's up? And Fade, what's up? How you doing? Oh, and I definitely need to go very quickly. But let me try to get this to work. And I did it. You taught yourself in one day? That is the way to go. I'm going to do it like this, so then there's no weird copy-paste stuff that happens. Okay, tree 1 joined. Quick load. Red tree. Tree 2. Purple tree. Because tree 2 is purple. Okay. Only reason is because GD script is very close to action script. Yeah. Also has ChatGPT questions when it's stuck. Nice. There we go. Bro's already on Helsinki time. I know. Well, hey, when I move there, I'm kind of planning on just keeping the same global time. As far as I'm going to just start streaming in the morning, I think. Oh, why are you not? Quick load, green tree. Okay, sweet. So green tree is the one that is off. So we need to go here. Okay, now that's good. How did we even export this in the first place? We're going to load in the purple one. Nope. Purple. Need to get used to this quick load. Green leaves. Okay, sick. Then perfect. Oh my goodness. Because this one. This is when you want to make unique before saving. Okay. Ever played around with rigid bodies in Godot? Not enough. I really should. Turns out you have to change the collision layer to anything other than one for both the object and the player for it to not act static. Yeah, if you're doing I know what you're saying with that. If you're doing where's my... I'll just put this over there. If you're doing like character body interacting with rigid bodies, I've had that. Why can I walk through them now? Yeah, it seems okay now. I just loaded in the other one instead. So much time wasted because of simple box, yeah. Okay, this is cool and all, but Jammin', what's up? Okay, I can still walk through trees. What happens if I go far away and then come back? Why? All I did was I changed the mesh. Made it so the mesh was better. It shouldn't destroy the whole logic of the system. Just got to my hotel, headed home tomorrow. Adding collisions. I already had it all working, but then I decided, because my multi-mesh mesh didn't match. Node not found. I have these timers that should switch out the trees. But suddenly, just because I changed the meshes, or the multi-mesh that I'm using, now it's just not adding in the trees. Unless it's a distance thing like... Oh, what is this? Tree spawner nodes aren't scene instances. They're just nodes with your tree spawner script. Ah. So do I have to go like this and literally grab my tree spawner? And do that 3 times? Whoops. Because I just kind of added them as nodes. Quick load. Tree 1. Quick load. Red tree. I love how it shows the wrong one. Quick load. Tree 2. Purple tree. Tree 3. Green tree. Now what will break? Timers only exist within the scene, not the script. Instantiate them at runtime, true. No! Why? Does that not instantiate them? Good debug, start the game, then go to your editor, go to remote instead of the regular node, and review what nodes have spawned and where. Okay. Oh, I got collision. Got collision on that. I think that was just a timer thing before. Okay, we're back in business. Let me go far away. Let's do that thing. Let's go remote. Okay, we still have a bunch of trees. Maybe we're just not, maybe we're just too far away. Let's go to this. Grab all of these. Let's do 20. And let's see. Okay, now they're swapping. The transform thing is still there. You can see them pop in, so we just need to get the right transform. I think they're just literally like either 180 degrees off or 90 or something. Okay, now we grab all of these, do a spread of like 250. Let's do total trees 500. So now we're going to do 1,500 trees, which is far too many. Because they all do kind of spawn right at the center. Hey, Twisty.
And they say game dev Don.
Thank you for the 100 bits, man. How you doing, man? Good to see you again. Okay. So it does, this is why I would do smaller tree spawners. But yeah. It is working again. And now the materials are correct. They don't change fully change color when you walk away from them. But let me check. Do I need to bounce right now? Yes, probably. Yep, it looks like I do have to bounce. But this is nice. Our before I go, let's do a spread of like 1,000. And then let's do 10,000 trees. All on one node. On one spawner and see what it looks like. Okay. So if we do 30,000 all on one node, then it's then our FPS drops, even with our checking every 1 second. But surprisingly, we're still at 40 FPS. And we've got a bajillion trees all jammed together in the center there. So that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice to know that we can do that at 40, all off of one tree spawner node. If we did like 8 different tree spawner nodes, then it would be faster. So, yeah, team trees here. Let me see what it's like at 5,000. So that's 15,000 total, because there's 3, or I guess it's 3 spawners. Okay. But they're all giant. And we're literally checking the distance between every single tree and the player every second right now, which is not how we would actually do it. We would have multiple spawners that are further away, so then we wouldn't check any of those trees. Still at 65, though. Okay, let's do like 500. Do a spread of 200. Reload it so we can see it in editor here. See how big that is. What kind of a spread we have. Okay, there's still way too many there. So let's do more like 250. And then let's grab this entire spawner group. Move it over there. Move it over there. Grab this one. Looking good. Yeah, it's working. Okay, still a bit dense there. But now we're already up to 140 FPS. And let's see, what did we have? Like, what is it? 250, so 750 per spawner group. We got 9 spawner groups, so 9 times 250. Okay, so we're only at a couple thousand trees here. But it looks pretty full. Like that's pretty nice. Now we can get on our walking mountain. And we can start rolling around. 9 times... Oh, 750. I did 250. Okay, so we're at, yeah, almost 7,000 trees. Pretty good. 135 on FPS. 140. Not bad. Because now we don't need to check. We still have a bunch of multi-meshes. Or we will have a bunch of multi-meshes, but that's fine. Multi-meshes are fairly easy. Yeah. Whoops, I went into speedy mode there for a second. Okay. Unfortunately, I do have to bounce. I'm not going to worry about rating right now because I just got a couple on Twitch. So, but I will see you all later. I'll be back on hopefully again tomorrow. Made decent progress here, at least, just making it so the tree meshes work. That was confusing, but they work. Project's looking good, man. Thanks, brother. Yeah. I love figuring this out now. Using that little switch out. technique that Jamin was doing. Catch you later. You too, man. Fade says later. Peace out. But yeah, I'll see you all later. Hope you all have a good one. And yeah, we'll be back with more. Hopefully we can do more of the survival elements of the game soon, besides just cutting down trees. But yeah, peace.